There's something there.
So I relay the information to the party.
Something there. There's a bunch of orc boys clustering around one single area with no apparent. We don't know for sure there's not a war orc boss, but they told us they don't see one. I'm assuming our artillery can't fire upon them to soften them up.
They
to
can.
Get there.
They can.
They can?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I will quickly vox the artillery commander. I will explain to him my suspicions on how, after not seeing an orc war boss in the area, we may need to shell in order to.
We'll blow him to shit, Commander.
Good man. By the roll fellowship.
That's command, yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. Fuck! Didn't get it.
And you see a couple of artillery shells falling to the ground, but they're all falling wide and all over the place with no clear direction.
Are we doing perception checks?
No,
We're far
that was
away.
command.
We're fucking really
You're very
far.
far
I'm gonna do a citizen's check
Can I
of the
use my
area.
implant to see really far away?
It's really, really far away.
It's very, very far away. I think this is around.
We're up with the other troops, right? So how far is that?
Jesus, like at least 2,000 meters.
All right, I'm gonna use a citizen check to see the area. I saw that city from like 20 miles away. I think I can see 2,000 meters.
Go ahead.
Damn, it's probably not
I'm
gonna be enough.
gonna evaluate as well.
You gotta evaluate objects. You gotta evaluate objects.
Yeah.
You can't-
Evaluate is about
Batteries.
weapons.
It's weapons
I'm
or
evaluating
objects.
the batteries.
Our batteries?
Their
Their
batteries.
batteries.
So you
Can't
see the emplacement up ahead, but from your current position, they just look smoldering and broken. You see a couple of active ones that are firing randomly in certain places, but as far as you know, there's just a very large rumbling rummage. A bunch of orcs with no leader around an area.
Of munitions that may or may not be still active.
A lot of them are definitely blown up.
Not all of them. That's the whole thing.
We can call them for
I mean,
another.
orcs are stupid, but they have low cunning.
Can we just call them for another bombardment of the area, quick?
No, that's bullshit. That's not fair. We shouldn't be able to do that because I just failed. Failed pretty bad too.
That's
Let's
fine.
just say
Now let's
our
advance
guns-
forward. We can't see anything.
Well, I'm gonna do
Can
one
the
more.
scouts
I'm
get
gonna.
me closer to get like
Yeah,
a better
I'm
idea?
gonna go ask this. I'm gonna go ask the scout commander. Is it possible for him to advance safely to get a better look at this the orc activity?
Roll, come in.
Fuck. It's only like one.
I'm sorry, my lord, but I don't want to compromise our position. There's no way we'd be able to advance further.
Fuck. This is some bullshit. Why am I rolling so goddamn high? Anyway. I do have one fate point, but I do need
Save
to
it.
make
We need to
this
save it
last.
and we get into melee or
Keep the
something.
fate point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might die again. Or
I
almost
think
die
we
again.
need to attack.
We need to push our advantage.
Can we advance? I guess we do.
Like,
we just need
advance
to go-
with caution.
Slowly advance.
Yeah, I'll just get on the Vox, and I'm not commanding the commander. I'm just saying.
Suggesting.
Can I ask him, since during the briefing we were made aware he has extensive knowledge of fighting orcs because that's like his home planet's thing. I'd ask if you've ever seen something like this before. I'm basically getting on the Vox and I'm voxing the colonel to ask.
The colonel is gonna roll a intelligence Xenos lore.
Go, Colonel.
Oh!
Yes! Crit
Colonel is boss.
Usually, my lord, when orcs would gather around such fine weapons and munitions, and there was no leader abound, they would fight amongst themselves to choose a new leader. Perhaps this is what's happening right now, especially amongst the party of defeated orcs and slain knobs.
Then it's
I asked him
up
on
to
the
us to
Vox,
press the
do
attack.
you think, I asked him, do you think it would maybe be better to wait and let them thin out their own ranks, and then once we have seen them
There's
decimated?
confusion right now. We'll chase them.
I think we should wait the night and charge forth and destroy the remnants in the morning.
Very well, Commander. Your knowledge is very valuable to the Inquisition.
I argue,
Very well.
Tantonios,
I will give the order for
Thank
camp to be
God, we
set.
fucking called the Colonel.
Can we command the rest of the people to fortify in the meantime?
Yeah, let's build a forward base and a camp. Set up
Yeah,
watch.
in the meantime, do you want to do this one, Gent?
Yeah, I guess so. Am I really? Wouldn't it be, since he understood that? Wouldn't he be giving the command to set up camp?
You could help other people around you. I mean,
Okay, so
your
I
commander is such
basically-
a very, there's so
Yeah.
many troops here.
And plus, I have air of authority, so whatever it would affect, I can affect 10 times as many people.
Hmm?
Actually, no, I can affect 40 times.
100 times. 40 times. There you go.
It'd be 40 times. So I'm going to basically order people to set up camp, start defensive,
Let's
dig
fortify.
entrenchments.
Let's get good
Just
fortify
fortifications.
this area.
Just infantry or
We're
mechanized
with
units
we're
as
with
well?
the mechanized.
You guys are
infantry right
currently with the mechanized. So I'll move you
Should
over here.
contact the infantry as well, I think.
now. The colonel's got in charge of the infantry. I can only command people around me. I think, right, Romulus?
Yeah, I would say like you'd probably be able to affect the mechanized division as well as the closer infantry division over here.
Okay, so I'm going to tell everyone to fortify, prepare, and hold,
The orcs
and
may
be
counterattack.
ready to move out when the orcs start to thin themselves out. So here we go.
Yes.
Got it.
Well done.
That's a super success.
So the men just start getting ready. In fact, your orders relay through almost all the infantry companies throughout this army, and everyone just begins to set up defenses, front line, trench lines, just in case the orcs might assault. And you guys all decide to make camp.
Hooray.
I need the fucking rest. My character's tired.
Yeah, I want to lose these insanity points.
That's not, we're not
Okay.
going to lose them that fast, though. We're on the battlefield, so I don't think we're going to lose them very fast at all.
Can I I'm going to let me see. I want to do one thing. I want to go see the colonel himself.
Okay. The colonel is in the command tent in the center area over here, so you're pretty close, actually. I would say if you guys are in the command area, be around here, around the central area of the operations.
Alright, I want to go see the colonel.
Okay. You go see the colonel. The colonel is convening with his officers, all 8 of them, over the next strategy.
Is the princess
Ah,
there?
my lords! What?
The princess there?
Yes, the princess is an acting major, so yes, she is there.
I would also like to be there. Princess.
I would also like to.
Hello, nurse. No.
I love the Animaniacs.
I walk in, I'm kind of just. I got kind of like a compress on my chest from having my ribs crushed.
I got my las gun slung over my shoulder, strolling.
Okay,
I have
I will-
absolutely no blood on me.
Yeah,
Did
you
they
mentioned
notice
dodge
us?
it.
Did they notice us walk in?
Yes, they say, "Oh, my lords, what can we do for you?"
Hail, fellow members of the Inquisition. The orcs were decimated within seconds of our strike, and I have to compliment you all on your bravery, courage, and aptitude.
Thank you, my lord.
And since you all have extensive knowledge on the Xenos threat that is the Greenskin, what do you think will be in store for us for the rest of this campaign?
The major sort of steps up and says, "Well, my lord," in a very feminine voice.
Come on, give us your feminine voice, Romulus. Roleplay it.
No, God no, I refuse to do that. Anyways,
My lord, my lords.
I wouldn't be able to do much.
Hey,
I
guys.
How strong and masculine you are!
wouldn't- Christ, guys. Wow.
Antonius, the way
Fade
you just
to
got
black.
beat down by that fucking orc was so
Hold
hot.
on, wait. I didn't get. First off, I lit a fucking orc on fire, cut off one's arm almost.
The way you were halfway to dying was so cool.
I can't hear you over not doing anything constructive during the entire
You shot
time.
the engines, kind of,
Yeah,
a little
what
bit.
did you fucking do? You shot the engines. Anyway.
I killed the boss.
Yeah, good job.
I think so.
Okay, anyway, what was the major saying?
Well, in our experience dealing with orcs, she says, usually they would fight amongst themselves as soon as we slay their leader. So our plan remains unchanged. Go from point to point, slaying all of the leaders until the orc is a horde, and the remaining colonial forces can take them out, while we go and serve the Inquisitor.
What can we expect from the war boss himself? I have a run-in with one of his chieftains, and
Well, the war boss would be giant in size, maybe around 10, 11 feet tall. And he would be wielding probably some form of power tools, as well as perhaps a heavy slugger on his side. So
wonderful.
he'd be a very tough opponent.
He's
I
a pain in
recommend
the ass.
I
you
kind
not fight him alone.
kind of rotate my shoulder and say wonderful. So kind of.
To be fair, you fought like a mech and you didn't die, so I mean, a war boss is
I did
scary.
engage in hand-to-hand combat with a mech.
That's true. That is true.
You Captain America, that you're blocking everything with your shield.
Yeah.
Okay. I say, how long should we wait before we engage the rabble in front of us? Do you think?
The colonel sort of steps in and says, "We shall attack at dawn. Get your rest as much as you can." In fact, I heard that Bomber Command has just been recently set up. And he sort of points at the
good.
airbase.
I want to
Good,
ask him about, since he seems to know so much about the orcs, I want to know if he knows if their vision's affected by certain daylight times.
He did just roll
Well,
1.
He sort of recalls and says, "Well, the orcs can see pretty well. They can see all right in both conditions. It's just a matter of outwitting them than anything else."
Alright.
I'm going to. As no one else has any questions. No? Okay. Well, I'm going to make the sign of the Aquila to all the gathered commanders and head out the 10.
Is this bombers?
Sort of. Yeah. All right. So they, bow to you and they go about their war planning duties.
I like to, if it's okay, I like to sit and listen to their plans while they talk.
My character's going down the relax. Needs to sit down.
Yeah, mine's gonna go to sleep and lose some insanity points.
All right. So
I-
Gordius, you gather that there's a giant river that sort of separates this part of the plains to the next part, and they're sort of going over which area to attack once they take over this mortar pool. There are not whispers, but sort of disagreeing factions here. The major and the tank commander recommend going across the mountain, crossing the two rivers to get to the war boss as fast as possible, while the other commanders, the colonel and the other captains, recommend that they go through the less trodden path, the jungle path, to the west of this battlefield, and hit them only across one river. That way, dealing with 4 potential targets rather than just the 3. They even go as far as saying it's prudent not to engage the war boss before we've disabled all the other chiefs in the area. The major sort of huffs and puffs about it, and the sort of tank commander sort of disagrees as well. But they go at it for a bit. But the general consensus is that they're going to go through the jungle path through the west.
You're right, no one else is
why?
there.
You're the only one. Well, is that what you say?
Yes, I said, why not cross the mountain and hit point 9 on our map? Which is
Cross
the mortar.
the mountain.
It's a mountain.
Well, maybe we might be able to do that, but that would require immense logistical planning and great inspiration to the men.
I'm sleeping. Don't look at me.
I said this is all after tomorrow's battle. For likely tomorrow's battle will take us a while, and then to cross the river will take us most of the day. But what if we get the chance? We should send a few men to scout the mountain and look for a pass.
Well, I guess we could spare some men. And he sort of nods at
And they go
the
back to
scout
quiet.
commander.
They go back to quietly watching discussion.
The scout commander starts planning out a route to see if he can scout something.
Is he gonna roll for it? Oh!
We have very competent men at our beck and call.
So they sort of move a couple pieces around, and the scoutmaster sort of looks at each other, they look at each other, and the major sort of points at something on the map, and so it says, "My lord," looking at you, Gordius.
Yes. What is it?
Perhaps we may have thought of something that sort of combines both the plans. What we do here is, after seizing this artillery battery, we go forward and take a small mountain pass, and rally around point 9 here, and swing west, taking out all of these points here, and then double backing and surrounding the complex of the old, over here, this air base, and these other points here. How does that sound to you?
It sounds exactly as I was hoping. For with this, we will hopefully remove most of their, cripple them in their movements with taking out their motor brigade.
Okay then, so that is settled. And they all salute each other and salute you, Gordius, and go to their individual tents and
And I'm
rest
off
for the night.
off to rest.
All right. You're the only one who knows this, by the way.
Listen.
So you all fall into a